Hey Tasman, how you doing? I heard you asked me out on a date recently, Taz. I guess you're only a couple states away and you want to come up and see me? I feel so honored. But Taz, we got to work on a few things. I mean, you're not a bad looking guy. I've always thought you were kind of handsome. But I go more like by integrity, personality, things like that. So looks aren't everything. You could take a really attractive person and if they're an asshole, it can ruin everything. You could take an ugly person, and if they've got really good personality and good integrity and all that shit, they can become more attractive. You know what I mean? But I am an equal opportunity dater, so I don't know if you're into white guys or not, but I mean, it seems like you're kind of asking me out on a date when you say you want to come up here and see me. I'm kind of flattered, Taz. But anyway, all kidding aside, I'm curious, Taz. Have you seen the recent proof that has come out that shows that your friends have been lying about me for years? Have you seen it? Do you care? Or do you just want to keep believing people blindly? And is it really just a matter of like who kisses your ass? Because I'm not going to do that, by the way. I'm not going to kiss your ass. I'm not going to treat you better than you deserve to be treated. But I'm curious, you know how your friends have been saying for years now that I was responsible, according to them, for getting my best friend killed? You know, the one that was killed by a police officer that they love to make sing and dance in videos with the officer that took him out of this world. That's your friends, Jenny Torres. Yeah, the people that like to make videos about him and the people that like to make lives about him on his birthday and on the anniversary of his death and tell his story instead of letting his best friend tell it. Yeah, those people. The people that like to make a page called James Barnes Zapp because they know that he was being tased as he was dying. Those friends. Yeah. Are you still believing them blindly, Taz? Did you see the proof? Here, let me get it for you. Here, I want to focus on this part right here. His ex-boyfriend who was identified as Mario. Do you see that, Taz? Let me zoom out and I'll move out of the way so you can take a whole screenshot, Taz, okay? Here you go, Taz. This was posted on Reddit by one of your good friend, Lady Guinevere 75's friends, evidently. I think she's the one that actually got that to them, but who knows? She wants to try and blame it on somebody else, but she's not realizing I'm actually in touch with that person still, that we made up a long time ago when we stayed friends. But that's okay. We'll get to that another day. That person's also on TikTok, believe it or not. Getting back to you and me, Taz. Again, here, let me move out of the way. Take your screenshot. Take your screenshot, Taz. And now, print it out. Get your bifocals on. Whatever you got to do. Read that motherfucker. Because your friends, Tavia, T. Nathan, Lady Guinevere, Kane Allen, Penelope, all of Kane Allen's crew, IBTL, everybody, they've all been saying that I was the ex, not like they were saying Mario wasn't. I mean, I kept telling everybody, just like I've shown people, that James and I were together from the summer of 1994 until we broke up in 1999. I kept telling people that. You know, he painted these and he drew that. He also drew that in 1998. That was a birthday present. He also painted this feather. It was the first one he ever painted. And that was us when I was in the chorus and we were together way back in the mid-90s. So like I've said, consistently, James and I met in the summer of 1994. We started dating shortly after that. We broke up in the beginning of 1999. We stayed friends. We were still living together then. Yeah. So everything I've said has been true and consistent, and there's more proof out now. But now your friends are completely changing the story altogether. They moved the goalpost, and now they've got a whole new story, and they're trying to claim now that I stole Mario's story or somehow. I don't even understand fully how I'm sure they'll come up with a good narrative. I'm sure in time. Just give them time. They'll come up with a good narrative, Taz. I'm sure they will. Taz, your only issue with me is that you believe your friends blindly. And you know what? I used to at one point too. But it didn't take me as long as it's taking you to see through their bullshit. And as soon as you start to ask questions, as soon as you start to put them in a place where they feel like you may not believe them, they're going to turn on you. But you can stay in their good graces as long as you like kiss their ass and as long as you don't give a shit about integrity and you just want to be a sheep. If you want to follow blindly, yeah. Just like I showed proof about Kane Allen committing fraud, though, I'm sure you're not going to give a shit because you don't really care about victims of police brutality, especially from the gay community, right? Because you're probably not really gay. Because if you were, I would think that you would have a fucking backbone to stand up and say something about your friends making a victim of police brutality from the gay community who was killed for no crime committed. That's why his family won the civil suit. And you would probably say something like, hey, no matter what your issue is with Joe, that man that's a victim has other friends, family. That's not cool. But unless it's a person who's not gay and maybe somebody who's trending, we're not going to give a shit, right? I want to know when you're going to grow a pair of balls and get some fucking integrity, and then maybe we can go on that date. All right, Taz? Have the life you deserve.
Freaking psycho! You're a psycho! And why, Joe?
Cuban's
Why,
son
Joe?
when she's
Why,
burying
Joe?
him.
Cuban is posting my job. I didn't call her son.
You have no right to call her
And
while
you're
she's
doing it
burying
with
her
Dalton now.
child.
You're involving Dalton and dragging him down. They do this to maintain complete control over the narrative and the mindset of the individuals watching or following, always rapid cycling, creating confusion, which essentially leads to blind following, much like a cult leader does. Insert here. Barnes family wants you
I'm still
to
connected
stop.
with him on Facebook.
And
I
you
can show you.
won't.
I was just talking with his cousin the other
No,
day.
no, you're not.
Yes,
That family.
I can prove it.
Family.
Hold on.
You
His
right
immediate
now.
family.
I can go get a screenshot
Dalton,
right now and put it
I
up.
can right now. The family has changed their email addresses, their phone numbers, and they want nothing to do with Joe. They want them to leave him and their son alone to continue the spread of lies and misinformation against individuals. Police report states you're the one who made the call.
This is the police report that they've been talking about that clearly says the ex-boyfriend was Mario. The proof is out there now. They've been lying about me for 3 years. Now they want to change their story altogether. You guys need to wake up on this app. Oh, and by the way, the one that started all this shit against me 3 years ago, who was jealous of James Barnes getting attention, literally jealous of a dead person, he started all this shit based off of nothing but lies as well. On a business transaction after I purchased a Black Lives Matter t-shirt and sent him a copy of the shipping label because I initially got the wrong shirt. When are you and your friends going to start looking at proof and receipts and caring about other people instead of just caring about a clique like we're in high school again? By the way, I'm only 5 years younger than you, Taz. Don't treat me like I'm one of these little punks that are being disrespectful to me and a victim of police brutality. Those are your friends, not mine.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I had to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Boost it!
On my mama.